Jule and Dottie Caylor. My God, there is a case that a lot of people did not like what I had to say. But it's my right to have an opinion, like they have their opinions. Anyway, Dottie Caylor, she disappeared one day when she went to the BART station, which means BART is short for like Bay Area Rapid Transportation System. BARTs. Anyway, Dottie got on the BART train, according to her husband, Jule Caylor. The issue is Dottie was reported as having agoraphobia, which is a fear of being in open places and around a lot of people. However, if you listen to this case, you will learn that not everything is as true as they like to say. Right off the bat, I am going to tell you right now and right here, when Dottie disappeared, I do not think she was suffering from her agoraphobia anymore. The reason being, she was willing to leave the safety of her house to get on a train by herself to go to I think it was a friend's house. Before she disappeared, she started actively going to seeing like a group of people. She not only did she go to a group every at least once or twice a week. She also decided to go and get her own mail or her own PO box set up and her own bank account. If somebody is deathly afraid to leave the house like they're making her sound like she is, do you think that she'd be able to leave the house at any time to go to a help group? I don't think she did, or would be able to, I should say. No, I think what we have here is a person who was lazy. Lazy. I'm not afraid to say it. I think she was lazy. Anyway, the relationship between Dottie and her husband Jule, by the time that Dottie disappeared, they could barely tolerate each other. It got to the point that it was becoming physical with them. Now, I'm not saying physical in a cutesy sexual way. No, I'm talking about assaults. Jule assaulted Dottie. Dottie assaulted Jule. I am not taking any one person's side in this case. And this is what pissed off a lot of people when I originally covered this case numerous times. I am of the mindset that both these people are horrid people. No person in this relationship was better than the other. It was literally to the point that Dottie told her husband that she married that if he got transferred to another location because of his job, she was not going to go with him. And Jule, on his part, I think he said that he honestly would not want her to come with him. It's clear these two people did not like each other by the time that her disappearance happened. However, the fandom is very in favor of Dottie Caylor. You should go to YouTube and see what the people say regarding this case. They are of the automatic mindset that Dottie is an innocent flower, that she never did anything wrong, and Jule is the big bad guy and that he's Mr. Evil, when in fact both of these people are fucking wretches. I'm not going to take any of their sides. And I said it in the Black Site files that I did. The fact that these two, they should stay apart from each other. Stay away from each other. Save me a fucking headache, But anyway, let's get on to that case. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
The Bay Area Rapid Transit System, known to commuters as the BART trains, that links up.
See, I knew what it was. You can teach an old dog new tricks every now and then.
Francisco with the East Bay cities. On June 12, 1985, Jule Caylor drove his wife Dottie to the BART station in Pleasant Hill, California, 18 miles from Oakland. She entered the station and purchased a ticket, a simple task performed each day by millions. But this was a test of courage for Dottie Caylor.
Okay, wait for it.
Dottie suffers from agoraphobia.
Okay, this is where I start to oh god, what's the best word? I start to, it's like I kind of contest it. I kind of contest this statement, because if you listen further into this case, you will hear how Dottie made so much how she's made so much progress, that she was changing her hair, she was doing this, she was doing that, she was going to this group at least once a week. She got a new PO box, she got a bank account for herself. If she got a PO box, that means she was going to have to go out at least every other day to check her mail. You know, for this group, she had to leave the house, you know, on a weekly basis to go to this group. I think that if she had agoraphobia, which I didn't think she ever did, if she had agoraphobia, I think she worked her way through it by the point she got to this train station. Now, with that said, before some fucktard out there says, you're taking Jule's side, I'm taking nobody's side. If Jule actually did something to his wife, then he needs to pay for it. He needs to pay for it. But right now, according to the law, this is a missing persons case. I will not be bullied into jumping on the bandwagon of the hive mind and say, yeah, Jule the bad guy, when in reality, both of these people were fucking horrible people.
An irrational, overwhelming fear of being in public places. Facing the unknown and the possibility of panic shadows every step. No one knows if Dottie overcame her fear that day and actually boarded the train. What is certain is that for 2.5 years, there's been no trace of Dottie Caylor.
Okay, I'm gonna, because let's see here. This video is how long? It's about, we got about 9 minutes left. I'm gonna go on record and give you my thoughts right now, or my suspicion, or my theory. That's what it's theory. I think, honestly, this group that she was a member of, the group was called Woman in Transition. I think that they helped her escape. I think that they helped her escape, and then they planted this deception, basically, to try and make it look like she never reached the train station. I think that they were integral in her leaving. I think that they helped her develop, or helped Dottie develop this story that she was going to go see somebody after she got off the train. What it was that she possibly went into the train station, and one of the members of this group was there, and they greeted her and they helped her get onto a specific train, whatever it was, and they watched as she went off into the distance, never to be seen again.
Oh, after the first few days, I thought that she had left temporarily to, well, simply make things inconvenient for me.
I think that Dottie could have disappeared to get even with her husband, who had disappeared on her for half of their married life. She could.
So we have, I think this was her sister. I couldn't tell because my camera is in the way, which is meant to be. But anyway, this person, I think it's her sister. She even just said that she feels that Dottie could disappear if she wanted to. So what the fuck is it? Are we supposed to believe that Jule did something to the virginess Dottie Caylor, or is it that we should actually see Dottie as somebody who actually had the backbone to leave the situation?
Could have done that in the beginning. It's very hard to imagine her doing that for a great long period of time.
It's amazing what kind of drug freedom is. If life was so bad for Miss Dottie Caylor, and then she had that little taste of freedom, do you think that she would go back to that situation? The answer is no, she wouldn't. It's like somebody kicking you in the balls all your life, and then you're told, "Hey, would you like to go get a hamburger or something?" But when you're done having that hamburger, come back to this location so you can resume getting your balls kicked in all the time. No, you wouldn't. Once you got free, you're going to want to stay free.
Immediately after she disappeared, Dottie's friends wondered why a woman so afraid of the unknown would leave behind everything she had and everyone she knew.
Because she wasn't
First,
afraid
they
anymore.
thought she may have left to escape an unhappy marriage and start a new life in another city. But as the months and years elapsed, there was no word from Dottie. Holidays, birthdays, and anniversaries went by. Now Dottie's friends and family are wondering, could she really have vanished voluntarily?
Yes.
Or was her disappearance more sinister?
In 1973, Dottie married Jule Caylor, an entomologist with the National Forest Service. They settled in the Oakland suburb of Concord. But over the years, her home became a self-imposed prison.
Dottie had...
Now, I'm not saying she didn't have it at the time. I think she may have had it in the beginning. But the fact that she was able to go out and do these things in the community, when the original description of what people said, about her being stuck at home, something had to have changed for her to be able to go from being stuck at home to going out into the community. And what I think it is, I think she was able to shake it off. I think she was able to get past it. I think that going to this woman in transitions group, I think it helped her to the point that she finally broke free. And like I said, wherever the fuck she is, just stay the fuck away from Jule. And my message to Jule, if he's still fucking alive, and if he ever did see this, stay the fuck away from Dottie. We don't need this goddamn headache.
what doctors have called agoraphobia. She would stay inside most of the time. She couldn't even apply for a job, much less hold one down. It was a real problem.
Or she could have just been lazy.
Dottie and Jule's marriage deteriorated. Dottie was often home alone because Jule was working out of town over 50% of the time. Then in November of 1981, the relationship erupted in violence.
She told me that they got in an argument. It escalated to the point where he finally hit her with a board or something, and she received a wound in her head, and that she did grab some scissors and said, "You keep away from me."
Okay, number one, do I think that this possibly happened? Yeah. I'm not going to say like who was the aggressor, who started it or whatnot. And I'm sure I'm not going to take that lady's opinion or her statement, because that is secondhand knowledge or third-hand, or whatever the difference is. She was not actually there to see it. The only proof I accept is actual written police reports. That's what I accept. Some lady who, took a few bucks to appear on a TV show, basically giving her thoughts. I'm not falling for that shit. I want physical evidence. I want police reports. Do you have police reports? No. Then this means shit to me.
And protected herself.
And she was standing over top of me with those scissors,
Jule says that Dottie started the fight.
swearing at me and saying, "I'll kill you. You son of a bitch, I'll kill you." And I grabbed her little typing stand and hit her with it.
Dottie needed to pull together the threads of her disintegrating life. So in 1984, she joined a support group called Women in Transition. Without ever telling Jule, she attended meetings for over a year.
Apparently, that agoraphobia was not that bad if she was able to leave the house and attend these goddamn meetings for over a year. Or is this one of those cases of selective agoraphobia? Hey, honey, can you help me with the finances, and can you possibly get a job? Oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't leave the house. I can't leave the house. I'm too fucking afraid to leave the house. I can't leave the house. Oh my god, the world's going to come and destroy me if I leave the house. Oh, Jule's gone. Okay, let me get changed. I'll meet you guys over at the clubhouse. Is it that type of agoraphobia? I'm just curious. I'm just curious here.
I met her in the fall, and of course the last time I saw her was in late spring, and I thought she'd made a tremendous amount of progress, actually.
As time went on, I would notice she's adding a little more color to her outfits. She is taking a little more care with her hair. She cut her hair.
Well, I'd fucking hope so. If you're going to go out into public, you should at least look fucking presentable.
In a new style, which was a very scary thing for her. It was as if a new Dottie were emerging.
She had secret lives, a secret existence that I knew nothing about. And she wanted it that way. She pursued that. I only began to become aware of it, near the time that she disappeared. I wasn't even aware of it. I was just suspicious.
Dottie secretly rented a post office box so she could receive mail without Jule's knowledge.
Yeah, this really sounds like somebody who actually cared about her relationship. No, what this sounds like, it sounds like somebody who is wanting out. Who is wanting out. Don't fucking feed me this bullshit that she's some innocent flower. She's as bad as Jule was, or is, if he's still alive. I don't fucking care.
She opened a personal bank account and transferred $5,000 into a cashier's check. Then, 1 month before Dottie disappeared, Jule told her he had to accept a job transfer to Salt Lake City.
Dottie had said, in the event that I got transferred, that she was not interested in going with me.
Clearly, she just loves the guy. But what's more, let's see what he says.
So I wasn't expecting her to go with me. And wouldn't even have wanted her to, I guess.
By this point, they literally hated each other. Each other. And this is why I always say, just stay the fuck away from each other. Stay away from each other. Save myself a goddamn headache. Save the police a goddamn headache. Just go fuck off in your own direction, and she can go fuck off wherever she went.
According to Jule, on Wednesday, June 12th, Dottie set off on an overnight trip. He drove her to the Pleasant Hill BART station.
I took her down to the BART station. She had with her a little overnight bag.
Goodbye, Jule.
And I dropped.
That actress, oh my god. If they wanted to hire an actress who sound any less enthusiastic, oh my god, they hired the right actress right there. Bye, Jule. It's like, holy shit.
Dropped her off. Then she walked around the corner of the station and disappeared.
Jule is certain that Dottie had her purse as well as her overnight bag as she walked into the station for the last time. But he can't be sure that Dottie ever boarded the train.
See, that's the thing. This makes him look bad also because it's his word. It's his word. What he should have done was walked in there with her. But then again, by the sounds of it, she was a shrieking shrew and he was just a fucking idiot, No, Jeff, I'm not going to pick one fucking side. And I'm sure as hell not going to pick a side because you want me to. No.
The next day, around noon, Jule returned home early from work and got off the train at the Concord BART station. In the parking lot, he was surprised to find Dottie's Volkswagen next to his car.
Okay, now this I'm kind of fucking scratching my head about. I'm really grasping at this. It's like, what's the fucking odds? What is the goddamn odds that he dropped this fucking harpy? He dropped her off, and then all of a sudden the next day or whatever the fuck it was, her car appeared not just there, not just at the train station, but next to his car. I'm really scratching my head at that one.
So I walked over and looked inside, And then I noticed her purse, and that was very, very strange.
She told me how important it was to her to have her purse with her all the time. She felt secure if she felt she had a lot of her things with her, and she felt safe out in the world. That's one of the things that made me feel so terribly upset when I realized that she had not taken her purse with her.
Maybe she already had a purse. Maybe she had. If she took out $5,000 or however the amount was that they said it was, I think they said it was 5,000. Odds are she probably had a few extras purchased and hidden away. If you're going to go, if you're leaving and wanting to start a whole new life for yourself, I'm pretty sure that you would buy some of the extras that you already have, and just that way you could just basically start over. Yeah.
Jule left a note on Dottie's car asking her to contact him. Over the next 4 days, he left 2 more notes, talking about problems he was having with the house. He also expressed his love and pleaded with her to come home.
Okay, I don't believe that. I'm not sure if that is testimony from Jule himself, or if this is just something that the the script writers conjured up, because there's no way in fucking hell the way that he sounded when he said that he wouldn't want her to go with him, even when he got a new job. I find it really hard to believe that, well, even if she didn't want to come with me, I wouldn't want her to come. He goes from that to that he misses her. No, I don't believe that shit at all. I don't believe that shit at all.
I spoke to Jule, and Jule told me that he hadn't seen her for 3 or 4 days, and he didn't know where she was, and that her car was there, her purse was there, and he didn't know where she was. I was extremely upset. I asked him if he'd called the police, and he said that he had not. And this made me just almost hysterical.
Okay, lady, you barely fucking know the lady. You barely fucking know Dottie Caylor. And here we have this lady. There it is. We have this lady acting like, oh my god, this lady is the Marcy Darcy. Now, if you don't know who Marcy Darcy is, it's a character from Married with Children. She's the Marcy Darcy of this story here. Oh my god, sky is falling. I became incredibly worried.
5 days after Dottie vanished, Jule filed a missing persons report with the Bay Area Rapid Transit Police. The following day, the Concord Police Department was finally notified of Dottie's disappearance. Not by Jule, but by the BART police. 2 weeks after Dottie vanished, Jule moved to Salt Lake City, where he still lives and works. Back in Concord, Diane hired a private investigator, Francie Kohler.
Hi, I'm Francie Caylor. The status of the case at this point is we view it as...
Now, keep in mind, hold on, let's do some research real quick. Because I'm kind of curious. Wait, fuck, hold on. Crap, I accidentally... Hold on. I'm going to have to try to figure out where I was. I clicked the wrong button. Okay, let's go here.
Notified of Dottie's disappearance. Not by Jule, but...
Okay, we'll resume from there. There we go. And let's do this. There we go. Now, oh god, what was... Oh, fuck. I can't... Hold on, let me get her name again. Hold on, let's go back here. Let's do this.
By the BART police.
Hold on, I want to get the name of the person.
2 weeks after Dottie vanished, Jule moved to Salt Lake City, where he still lives and works. Back in Concord, Diane hired a private...
Diane. Okay, I want to figure out who Diane exactly is. I think Diane is one of the members of Women in Transition. So let's see here. Come on. And okay, it's her sister. Diane is her sister. Okay, so that makes more sense. Okay, is Diane the one that was talking about the one I thought was the Marcy Darcy? I'm wondering if that was Diane. If that is Diane, then I can understand the concern. But I thought that person that was talking was one of the people from that Woman in Transitions group. Oh well. Okay, let's do this. There you go. Let's continue on.
Private investigator, Francie Caylor.
Hi, Francie Caylor. The status of the case at this point is I view it as 10% missing persons case and 90% potential foul play.
Wow. Wow. Who would have thought that somebody that was hired by the family of the person who's missing, who would have thought that they'd be a little bit biased in their investigation? Who would have fucking thought that? Who would have? I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Well, it's just a 10% person who's missing and 90% something that bad happened. Wow, they totally sound unbiased, don't they? Wow. You got the most unbiased person in the world. Congratulations. Bravo.
To locate Dottie turned up no new leads. Diane and Francie started to worry that Dottie might be dead. They began to consider Jule a suspect.
We don't know for sure if Dottie ever got to the BART station. The only one that has reported that Dottie went to the BART station is her husband, Jule. We don't know if she ever got there.
If this proves to be anything other than a straight disappearance case, Jule will be a suspect in her disappearance or in her death, whatever it may be, along with anybody else that may have been close to her at the time or prior to her disappearance.
You would certainly consider those around that person.
And that's pretty normal that the police would consider Jule a suspect. You always work your way from the closest people to you, and you work your way out.
As being possible suspects. No, that doesn't bother me at all. I suspect that she either willfully disappeared and then was helped to permanently disappear.
I'm going to kind of edit or change what he said. I think that she, willingly went to that train station. I think, like I said, I think that she met up with those people from that group and they helped her finally escape, or whatever you want to fucking call it. I think that she most likely, if she was alive, she probably isn't now just due to the passage of time. However, I think that, they helped her, and she probably went to the opposite coast. So she's probably went to the East Coast or the North, like Northeast. And she probably lived there under some alias where she possibly, retired from whatever she did, and she ended up passing away, of old age.
Or perhaps just got in with the wrong person.
That's possible.
Right at the start.
2.5 years have passed, and still no one knows if Dottie Caylor built a secret life for herself to escape an unhappy marriage, or if she was simply the victim of foul play.
I think there's a chance that Dottie is dead, which is very disturbing to think about. I have many dreams about this, and the authorities I speak to and the friends I speak to come up with hundreds of ideas. There's no peace.
Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I have dreams. That she... What are you fucking, like, you sounding like you're fucking obsessed with the lady. What? Did she turn you down or something? Why are you fucking this obsessed? I'm having dreams of her. No, you're not. Stop fucking lying. You're saying this because you're on TV and you're trying to push an angle. Fucking be honest. Yeah, if you're being an asshole, so I'm an asshole. You expect me to fucking fall for this shit? You actually think I'm falling for it? Get the fuck out of here.
There's no rest. There's no conclusion, and we won't forget her.
Oh my God.
Hell living with Dottie. It was hell having her disappear the way that she did. And yet, since I've gotten here and gotten settled and into a new job, and that whole problem is behind me, things are really pretty good.
Well, like I said, stay the fuck away from each other, and I could care less. Okay, and that's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my fucking god. You have two people that just basically hated each other. You have a guy who seems fucking guilty as fuck. You know, you have this group of people over here. Oh, I'm dreaming of her. I'm dreaming of her. Oh my god, it's a menagerie of weird, fucked up people, I tell you. Okay, let's go check out the wiki. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't believe how fucking obsessive people are. Holy shit. Okay, let's check out the wiki, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check out the wiki. Okay, let's zoom in. There we go. Dottie Caylor. Her real name was Dorothy Mae Rusnak Caylor. Nickname was Dottie. The last known location was Pleasant Hill, California. The date was June 1985. I was only 3 at the time. She was born January 9th, 1944. If she is alive, she would actually be 81 years old right now. And you know, hopefully she's not causing anybody a fucking headache. Anyway, let's scroll down. I'm just going to go to the like I always do, go down to the extra notes. Hold on, let's go this way. There we go. Okay, this case originally aired on the November 29th, 1987. Special number 4, hosted by Robert Stack. It was later reprofiled on the Dennis Farina hosted series on October 22nd, 2008. It was, hold on. It was also featured on the Trailwind Cold and the PI's Declassified podcast. Some sources state, and it goes through all this shit. I'm not going to read all this fucking garbage again. Let's see, it's unresolved. Now, here's what I care about. It's currently unsolved. And let's see here. It's at the end, I think it was. Hold on me. Let's see here. Okay, so the police dug up portions of the backyard because people were getting in their ear and you know, getting into the police's ear and, oh, she's in the backyard. You got to look in the backyard. Okay, let's dig up the backyard. No physical evidence has been found during the search. That's what matters here. Right here. No physical evidence found during the search. No charges have been filed in this case. However, the investigation remains active. That's all I care about. What everybody else says, what the fucking sister says, what the goddamn woman in transition says, what Jule says, I don't give a flying fuck. Until the evidence comes in that states that Jule killed his wife, I could fucking care less. Okay, with that said. And we don't really have anything here. Okay. Well, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That was one of the most air-pulling fucking, you know, wackadoodle cases I've ever seen. You know, you have a husband and wife who basically hate each other. They hate each other to the point that they're fighting each other. You have a woman who supposedly had agoraphobia, but I think it was one of those selective types that she just wanted to stay home. You have a husband who literally just looks like he fucking gave up on life. You have a fucking a group of people that's psychotic and dreaming of the lady. You know, this is the Twilight Zone case of this episode, ladies and gentlemen. But the key takeaway here is no evidence has been located to implicate one person or another in the disappearance of Dottie Caylor. With that said and out of the way, let's check out the end credits.